Wu-Tang and American Saga, Season 2, Episode 6, Protect Your Neck. RZA and Divine and Power. They are talking about Method Man's new single. It's the first single. They're trying to find their new single to release on their, I guess, the airways into the clubs and whatnot. So, RZA stated about, what happened last time for by getting a good single, releasing a good single as the first introductory track. So, Power and Divine going back and forth about, the Method Man song or the song called The Tears they had. And basically, RZA said, no, we got to start from scratch. We got to come up with a whole different type of something gritty and rugged as the first track with all the members of the Wu Tang as the introduction to everybody into the Wu Tang. So he goes start brainstorming, and then he goes to a couple record stores to pick up different records or particular records and stuff. It's the guy that was the friend of D Lover Ghostface that made that song when they were going against each other, the different sides of Staten Island, Stapleton, and Park Hill. And he was trying to figure out what he was working on because he's working with I think you said he was working with the Brand Nubians or somebody else. He was working with some other artists. So he was trying to figure out what records he was picking up. And when RZA left, he asked the woman at the desk, what record did he get? She said she didn't know. So he picked up a record, went back, and we actually see the creative process of what RZA and all of them doing when they make music. Particularly, you see RZA, he's looking at the whole different sympathy of the record. He's looking at the different instruments, the different sides of the guitar person, the drummer, the bass with the guitar, bass guitar, and he's looking at every aspect, and then he's going back and breaking up parts and segments and trying to see different angles of it, and then mix another record with that. They find out to formulate a beat. So he gets the beat. They lay the beat down in the they got a rough copy of what he has, but he still is not satisfied with it. So they take it to where they have the engineer guy, Ethan, go in the studio and then Power book a session for a couple of days to work on this song. So each member, puts their penmanship, and we see the actual visualization of them when they writing these verses. We see them as pictures. That's one thing about the Wu Tang is like every time they write a verse, it's like you see pictures, like a movie within your head. So we actually see how it goes. They got each member going in the booth, laying down tracks, and we see the creative process of what they visualize as they write the lyrics. And Ghostface comes in kind of late, and they want him to come up, and RZA wants him to come up and do the verse, and he's like, "No, no, man, I'll wait." So he skips out and leaves, and everybody's doing their verse. Each member is doing the verse, but then it was time for Ghost to do his verse. He disappeared, and also too, Genius took off and left and went somewhere too. So then Ghostface went back home with Cherie with the baby. He was trying to help with the baby, and he was still trying to figure out his verses. And RZA still was not satisfied with the beat. It was still something. It was something was missing. It didn't have something that was missing. So he's still trying to figure it out. And so he goes back and starts brainstorming. Him and Ghostface comes back and basically he like telling him why he skipped out on him. He said he couldn't think without everybody in there. He couldn't think. He was trying to think, and basically he tells him to play the track, and he starts going in his mind. Then he decides to take something out and increase the drum kick on it, and then they were basically smoking a little joint and playing playing a kung fu movie. And I guess he took that sample along with the piano. He's playing something on not the piano, the keyboard, playing something on the keyboard, and formulated a new sound. It was real rugged and raw, and he could see every member's part on this particular track. He could see uh Riz is like a scientist, kind of like like even Kanye West, but Riz is like a scientist where he could see music like it's like a puzzle. He's putting it together like a puzzle, put like a jigsaw puzzle, putting it together. And they formulated the sound, and then they changed. They got the track, but they changed everything. They changed, he changed the drums and made it more gritty and raw. And then they go back to the studio like, what's going on? That's not the same song we were singing on. It's like, nah, man. Ghostface, nah, man, we got it. It's more gritty and more. It's that Wu-Tang. It's that Wu-Tang sound, that Wu-Tang flavor. And then Genius comes in. And he'd been busy. He went to the movies or something, and came back and he laid his verse on there. And they're playing the studio. Everybody's going crazy, and Power and DVINE's coming in there. And there's like this, I never heard anything like this before. Yeah, and everybody's really gun ho. And this was a very interesting episode because you got to see the creative process of this song, "Protect Your Neck" on the Enter the Wu-Tang record. And this was very interesting because you got to see each member visually. When they write their verse, you get to see what's in their mind, and you get to see it visually being acted out as they are spitting the rhymes that they in a movie or their own individual movie or certain thing that they was in independently. So you get to see the creative process of the what RZA was going through to produce the songs and the different tracks and different records or something, changing up different tempos and cutting out this and cutting out that and adding this and adding that. So this is a very interesting episode. So this was a great episode. Well, until next time, if you like this my review recap, please hit that like icon and subscribe to Muji 72. As always, everybody take care, peace, everybody happy Wu Wednesday.